A seismic shift is rippling through the U.S. military as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has issued an urgent call to action, summoning dozens of generals and admirals, along with key staff members, from global commands to Quantico, Virginia, for a high-stakes, in-person meeting next week. This move, confirmed by U.S. officials to CBS News, marks a rare and unprecedented gathering, especially given the short notice and the scale of attendees. But here's where it gets controversial. The Pentagon has offered no public details about the meeting's agenda, leaving both military leaders and the press in the dark. Speculation is already swirling, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The meeting comes under a new political landscape. President Trump's executive order earlier this year renamed the Department of Defense as the Department of War, a symbolic but legally incomplete shift that requires congressional approval. Hegseth, now unofficially dubbed the Secretary of War, has wasted no time in pushing bold reforms. Among his early priorities, a sweeping proposal to slash the number of four-star generals and flag officers by 20%. In a memo sent in May, Hegseth outlined plans to reduce high-ranking military roles in both active duty forces and the National Guard, citing efficiency and cost-cutting as key drivers. "We won World War II with 7 four-star generals," he argued in February. "Today, we have 44. Do all of those directly contribute to warfighting success? Maybe they do. I don't know, but it's worth reviewing." And this is the part most people miss. The meeting might not just focus on personnel cuts. Some officials suggest Hegseth could unveil the long-awaited National Defense Strategy, a document typically released every 4 years that sets the department's priorities. This year's version is expected to emphasize homeland security operations, particularly in U.S. Southern Command, responsible for drug interdiction in regions like the Caribbean, and U.S. Northern Command, overseeing border security. Recent strikes on suspected drug smuggler vessels and heightened activity at the southwest border hint at a shifting focus toward domestic threats, a move that could spark fierce debate among military experts and policymakers. The timing of the meeting is equally charged. Congress is locked in a bitter standoff over funding, with a potential government shutdown looming on October 1st. If the impasse continues, military paychecks will face delays, though service members will still be required to report for duty. Trump, when asked about the meeting, offered his trademark bluntness. "I love it. Let them be friendly with the generals and admirals from all over the world. Is there something wrong with it?" His comments, as always, invite scrutiny. Does this enthusiasm signal a strategic vision? Or is it a calculated political maneuver to rally support for his policies? So, what's the bigger picture? Hegseth's actions reflect a broader tension within the military, balancing tradition with modernization, bureaucracy with agility. Critics argue that reducing four-star positions could destabilize command structures, while supporters see it as a necessary step to streamline decision-making. Meanwhile, the push for a more homeland-focused strategy raises questions about America's global posture. Are we pivoting inward or simply adapting to new threats? And what does this mean for international alliances, especially as global instability continues to rise? We want to hear from you. Do you support Hegseth's proposed cuts to high-ranking military roles? Is the Department of War a symbolic overreach, or a logical evolution of national defense priorities? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to consider how these changes might shape the future of military leadership for decades to come.